and welcome back to our live show here on the Balloon podcast. Now, this is going to be the first of a time that I'm going to be doing a live show on the podcast in quite a while. And I do want to say, people, before we do start the live show, please make sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel itself, and also make sure to go and follow us on Instagram and also on TikTok as well. And also make sure to follow us on Spotify and also on Apple Podcasts itself and do all of that. And we appreciate your feedback. If you want to give us any feedback to improve on the podcast itself, and I really do appreciate you people jumping on here live if you do have time and that. This is the first of a time that I have decided to go back to doing live shows on the podcast itself, since I feel like it's much more easier for me and for you people to just come and discuss with me for all of the segments that I'm going to be talking about for tonight, and hopefully that a lot of people here will have many discussions and questions about our victory against the Manly Warringah Seagulls, and also, unfortunately, with our women's also going down 28-16 against the West Tigers in the NRLW, also in the double header on Sunday. Now, let's get into the breaking news that has just unfortunately been broken, that Dylan Walker has signed a 3-year deal, I believe, with the Leeds Rhinos, as they have announced it on their Instagram, saying that they will bring him in as a loose forward centre, or as I heard some rumours that he might be being bringing in as a 5'8" replace their to replace one of the young halves that I believe who is about to make their debut, since they are um, just trying to leave some salary space after letting go Cameron Smith. Yes, there is another Cameron Smith in rugby league. I'm not talking about the one who was retired and who was part of the Brisbane Broncos assistant coaches, the former Melbourne Storm legend. No, I am not talking about him. I'm talking about Cameron Smith, the one that plays in the Super League. But yes, they are going to release a couple of players there. Um, Brodie Croft, who has been a veteran for the Super League, has unfortunately now had his time, I think, in his rugby league career, and I think he is retired, or he might be going to another Super League club. But if he is retiring, I do want to say congratulations on his successful career. He has been an absolute lethal weapon and an absolute Super League legend, should I say, winning a couple of Man of Steel uh, awards there, absolutely just killing it there. Um, and yeah, hopefully that Dylan Walker can go absolutely just fantastic in the Super League himself. And honestly, my reaction to this is that this is a massive loss. And honestly, as you people have been seeing me with my reaction, and I can't even be bothered to really be angry, because I've really been repeating myself every single time about these two absolute clowns running this club. And we have Isaac underscore is 2087 saying, "What's up?" What is up, Isaac? I hope that you are enjoying the live show. And yes, Dylan Walker, just with everything that he offers us in his utility skills and just the deliveries and that offload that he just done with Kilmo Tuolungi, just for him to score on the corner was absolutely just uh, m- magical and yeah, absolutely just amazing. But unfortunately, with him gone, how, how have you been? You haven't posted for a bit. Yeah, look, Isaac, mate. There's been a lot of family, personal things going on, and just with TAFE and that, just taking up some of my time, just trying to value more of my time with things, just trying to improve as a human being. Like, I'm not saying that I have been bad or I'm going through mental illnesses and that, but I'm just saying that I've just been valuing more of my time with other things just going on around me at the moment. But yeah, look, enough with that personal stuff. We'll stay on topic here. I'll just answer some of I'll just answer some of the questions that are para related stuff here. But anyways, back to the live show. Yeah, look, Dylan Walker, man, like the club itself has once again shooted themselves on the boot once again, and I I just don't get that this club has a roster that can potentially cause a problem in the NRL. We have the right coach. We have the best jersey in the competition. We have the best stadium also in the competition. We have the best facility also in the competition. And the club has this much money, and yet they are not spending on the right players and on any X factors that are available. And yes, missing out on Moses Leota um, is good because he is getting older, and to sign him at 2028 with the age that he will be getting to by the time that he will be at, I feel like with the game just getting much more faster, and with him just you know getting older, I don't think he really fits the style of our forward pack, and we don't need to have another Jack D. Bellin where uh, sure Moses Moses Leota has the experience, and he may have the strength. He may be a big Polynesian player, but I just think that we need to focus on our future players. And in this generation of a sport, I feel like signing a old head in the current pace of the game is is just absolutely just so stupid, and to pay overs for a player like that age is just completely just stupid. And you may be saying to me, well, then how come letting go Dylan Walker is absolutely just terrible? Well, look on how Talon Da Silva is still trying to learn. If we're putting most of the game time also on Talon Da Silva, then I think it's time just to uh, call Riley Smith back up and just to really just make him the main service of the team itself. And sure, his wrestling can be very good. I just feel like that Riley Smith, um, just attacking wise, is just playing it way too safe at the moment. So, yeah, look, I feel like that Talon Da Silva will mature soon, and hopefully he will. And I feel like give him another preseason, and I'm pretty sure that he will improve anytime soon. Like I said, I think dropping him, as I said in the past, will affect his confidence. And I just feel like that if we just drop him right now, what other second grader dummy half player do we really have that can really fit into? That's what I've been saying. Add Raleigh in the team. He adds the stuff Ness we miss. Show on stream. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah. Um yeah, well, I will be looking at the team list for our game coming up against the Sydney Roosters, which we do have a very terrible record against the Chookies at Allianz Stadium. But I will quickly just go off throughout the game on Sunday. Now, I will share my screen right here. Just give me a sec. There you go. And where are we? We're on Sunday, 23 to 14. And I'm just going to go, I'm just going to just go through the main points here, or otherwise we will be here all night. Now, a couple of minutes in there, I did miss a couple of minutes in our game, so I can't really have too much of a say as, you know, Sam Tuvati just offside there inside the 10, but then Manly just take a soft penalty goal there to be 2-0 up. Tegon Brown comes on there for Kelma Tulungi as Kelma came off there for a HIA. And there was a captain's challenge there from Manly that ended up being successful. Clayton Fiorelalo came on there for Ethan Bullimore. Kobe Hetherington made a line break there. Ronald Volkman. Yeah. Look, Ronald Volkman was absolutely just amazing. And I think putting him and also Jonah Pezzett, which we should have signed on a long term deal, since Mitchell Moses is getting old, but I don't think that Mitchell Moses, you know, playing in the team, that he is the issue himself. I feel like putting him as a captain just puts too much pressure on him, especially him wanting to play for the State of Origin team, which also puts too much pressure on himself and also on the injuries that he has to challenge and also to prevent to be able to be fully fit for the rest of the entire season. And I feel like the communication and for him just getting all stirred up, especially when we saw him just had a spray against Talon da Silva. I feel like him just forcing the communication with his frustration out on the players when making a dumb mistake, especially against the Gold Coast Titans when we lost that game 50 plus. And I just feel like that him as a captain without Clinton Gufferson is just leaving him on too much pressure and just not really enjoying his footy. Like I feel like the whole structure just rely on him to not get injured, and then the fans are just gonna have a cry in the moment about it, which I have been saying that we should not be just having a cry in the moment about, oh well, we need Mitch Moses because we're like a one man team. That's like Manly fans saying that, well, we need Tom Trbojevic to be fully fit because because we, because without him we are nothing. Well, I mean, look how Manly are going without Tommy when they had those wins there. You know, they have talented wingers like uh, Leahati Hopoate. They had Toa Kola. They had um, who's that 5'8"? Not Luke Brooks. Who actually played Joey Walsh, Jamal Fogarty, which has been a great replacement for DC so far, even though with them losing against us away, it puts them in a very pressurized position to even play for finals footy. And honestly, with our mainly playing against the Cowboys next week, I mean, if they lose that game, I think it might be their season over. Um, Fosball has been pretty good, but honestly, I think Kieran Foran will taste the true reality when trying to just deal with pressure against teams like this, where they can actually get their crap together and put the right players in position, like Ronald Falkman and also Jonah Pizzett, with the way that they just link together and just passing out there to Isaiah Iongi and also Brian Kelly, Joshua Carr, and so on. But I feel like that if we just keep Jack Williams as our captain, I do call him the Terminator for a reason, and I know many Sharky things were complaining about, that he's not that really good of a player. We are so glad that he has left. Well, I mean, look at the player that he is right now. When that he has given much more minutes, and he has put in a lot of muscle on. And honestly, um, he has really just been a great service and just been leading his forward pack much more than what Junior Barlow has done. No offense to him, but I just feel like that Jack Williams is or should be our our future captain. And just seeing the comments over here, people, give Dylan a statue. He made our team better in attack. We can still win games without Mitchell Moses. It's been our discipline that's cost us games, and also not injured. Yeah, true. And look, it's not on the players, and obviously I have been calling them out. It's obviously Sam Moore and Nathan Brown that have been the real issues throughout this team, and also Jim Saratinos and Mark O'Neill just not really just taking the big risk, because they think if we pay overs for X factors, they are very worried that we might be in the same position as what we were in 2016, and I get that, but at at this stage where we are 40 plus years without a premiership, and that we are about one, two, three, four. We are 4 years without playing finals footy, which which we will obviously not play finals footy this year. Mathematically, looking at the next few rounds, especially against uh, the Sydney Roosters this week, which I don't think we will, with Mitch Moses being captain. And yeah, I just think that is it really the time to really just call it that Mitchell Moses needs to retire, and he's had his opportunity with Clinton Gutherson in 2022, and it kind of reminds me the in the same position when Nathan Highmarsh and Jarrah Hayne, where they were one of the best ever players for this club, and unfortunately, with Jarrah Hayne winning that Dally M medal back in 2009, and also Nathan Hindmarsh being the most served and most played player in the club's history, they they have still not won a premiership. And Karan 644 says score predictions for this weekend. Look, I will get to the preview just in a sec there. Karan 644. And yeah. But yeah, look, this was a very good win, but I will get into the preview right now, people, because I will be rambling on for the rest of the night. I do want to apologize if I have been just um, pausing for a couple of times. I am just trying to calm my nerves here since it has been quite a while since I've done a live like this, and this is my first ever time. I don't want to stuff this up, and this was a little bit unorganized. But I will get into the preview for the Premier Eels versus Sydney Roosters match team list. Now against the Sydney Roosters here, people, our outs there, Sean Russell, obviously out with a quad injury, which he will be back up until round 23, and um, I feel like that will be Sean Russell's last ever game playing against Manly, since he is going to the Perth Bears next year. Isaiah Iongi at fullback, Brian Kelly, John Sam Ronnie, Araz Nava coming in to replace Sean Russell, with Josh Adokar, with Ronald Volkman, with Mitchell Moses as a captain there, with Sam Tuivasa once again starting at prop, with Talon Da Silva at dummy half there, with Jack Williams still not as our captain, with Mitchell Moses coming back in the side being injured, and with Kelvin Tuolungi still being there, even though he is more likely to leave the club next year, and possibly going to the Super League. Kit Kats, Jack DeBellin, Dylan Walker. Obviously, he is going to the Super League to join with Brad Arthur and Micah Sivo at the Leeds Rhinos. Tony Mattielli, Tegan Brown, Harrison Edwards, Josh Popoli as the 18th man, and Charlie Geimer as the 19th man there. And Riley Smith is still in reserve grade. I don't know if it is Jason Rolls just trying not to force him back into the first grade side as soon as possible, because maybe he is holding an injury, and I think for those um, I think with the injury concerns that he has been having, we all we all expect him to be out with the first injury concern, which he wasn't, but then on the second injury he was out. So I feel like that he doesn't want to rush it back in to be dropped for the third time due to his challenges of injuries. So yeah. But my score prediction for this week, honestly, my first try scorer against the Sydney Roosters. Look, um, obviously the Sydney Roosters are going to absolutely just steam us over. and I'm going to say that we are going to lose this by 13 plus, because as I said, Mitchell Moses as a captain will get us absolutely just nowhere. I'm sorry, but that's the absolute truth. I'm going to say first try scorer is going to be Daniel Tupou, since he loves scoring against us. Sorry, Brian Kelly. Even though you are a good attacker, good luck on trying to come up against wingers like Daniel Tupou, who has the height advantage compared to you. So yeah, anytime try scorer. Look, um, I'll go for a bold prediction here. I'm gonna say Sam Tuivasa for my anytime try scorer. Unfortunately, though, I do see him scoring in the second half, and I feel like that we will only score 10 points, and the Sydney Roosters will score 32 points to our 10. And unfortunately, my man of the match is going to be James Tedesco, since he loves playing against us, and I could see him having two try assists, maybe one line break assist, score a try himself. I know that he has been a little bit. How are you going in the last couple of weeks, especially in State of Origin as well? And yeah, hopefully that State of Origin will possibly deplete his energy and mostly fatigue him, and also with Mark Nawawinte Waze as well, and that our backline players with along with Araz Nava can take advantage of that, and that we can be able to put up some great halving attacking combinations there. But I'm sorry, guys, as I need to repeat myself again. Ronald Volkman, yes, he is in his correct position there, but unfortunately, with Mitchell Moses as our captain, I don't see him leading us anytime soon. When that captaincy is going to be taken off him, and that it should be belonging to Jack Williams himself, the Terminator. So, yeah, just going to check on the chat here, people. Yes, we still have two people in the chat there. Sorry, as our viewers. I reckon it'll be very tough this weekend, especially with Tupo being back, and it's his 300th game. Well, there you go, people. That pretty much sums up on how we're going to go, especially with Sam Moa still as our defensive coach still, because he is an absolute clown. And honestly, like, um, I still don't know why we hired him in the first place, since he has come from the Super League, and obviously Super League teams do not have the best fast-paced defensive structure over there, complying with their type of rules that the Super League does over there. So yeah, but anyways, unfortunately, we have to deal with that until things can be changed during on the off season. But hopefully, that these two clowns can be able to sign some X factor players, uh, get some good, decent forwards, not controversial forwards like Spencer Lenu, or aging forwards like Mitch Barnett, which thankfully we have turned that one down, and thankfully we have also ruled us out on the race to even sign for Moses Leota. I mean, I wouldn't even say that we were in the race for Moses Leota after all. I mean, like, the guy is kind of past his prime. He really isn't that dominant forward as what he used to be, as from what I've seen um, in recent Penrith games. I mean, it's been mostly Lindsay Smith, Kyle Liney going, is probably the future forward there. And yeah, let's move on to the NRLW people. And I will go into the preview here for our girls. Come up against who is it? Against the Dragons, who have shockingly lost against the Canberra Raiders, which I thought that the Dragons were going to comfortably defeat the Canberra Raiders, since I had a thought that this NRLW season that the Canberra Raiders are going to get the wooden spoon, but surprisingly, they are actually shown up, and it was pretty much the same thing for the West Tigers. I mean, the West Tigers in this game against our women's team absolutely just outsmart every single play that we were trying to defensively just communicate. And look, I'm not putting any blame on me, me, Halia Murphy, but I mean, a lot of a lot of Parramatta fans, especially me, were criticizing me, Halia Murphy, just as a captain and just not staying fully fit. I don't know if it's her or maybe just that Fleur Ginn, just with her defense, just wasn't really the greatest. Yes, I know she's not really meant to be a defensive player, and that her attack is absolutely just amazing with the footwork and the speed that she really can accelerate. But defensively, I I just don't know if I can really just trust her, and I just feel like that she really needs to work on her defense, and I don't know if the women's defense coach or just team is being coached by the same defensive coach himself, Sam Moa. And if not, then again, like we need to ask questions on why our club has not fixed our defensive issues, especially on our back line when some of our wingers are charging in. And yes, sure, there were some tries where um, Fleur again couldn't really just try and uh, shut down on, because uh, Alamy Bass is a consistent try scorer, and with her experience, I just feel like that Fleur Ginn, especially coming from rugby union, just still has a lot of things to learn in this team itself. And also, like, Rachel Pearson, man, I feel like with Toi Hiku, is she really like the right 5'8" to really just be that supportive play there with Rachel Pearson? I'm sure that Casey Tohiku was pretty good in defense there as I was watching the highlights there. But I just feel like that we could have signed that decent 5'8" to really support Rachel Pearson, since I just feel like she wasn't dealing with the pressure that well, the same as what she was doing last season. And the question is, right, um, is Casey Tohiku um, the right halves partner for Rachel Pearson? Like, I don't even know, because I haven't really been looking into the NRLW team that deeply enough, and I have watched like half of this game, especially on the full match replay on the NRL website, and all I can really say is that half of the tries that the West Tigers were scoring were based off from their experience, and that Rasheen McGregor, um, having that experience and that relationship with Kizzy Apps, uh, just really excel with the type of footy that they wanted to play, the same way as they were attacking with their type of style at the Dragons in their time. And to bring that at the West Tigers with players like Sarah Togi Iku and just many other players that they recruited and also developed in the last couple of years when they have made a debut in the NRLW competition, they have really improved as a women's West Tigers rugby league franchise just quite a lot. And yes, sure, uh, on paper, we should be able to win against this team, but there has been a lot of shuffles out with should Zali Faye come back in, and don't get me wrong, Zali Faye's defense is not that much better, and last season she was absolutely just shocking. But like her and Flo again are just similar, and she can't really just put on muscle right now, and I just feel like that where to improve on our defense when teams are just finding big gaps on our left edge defense there, and it just seems that teams can just score easily. The experience and the speed that with the oppositions that we are going to be faced up against. I mean, I'll go into the team list against the Dragons. And look, Fleur again has been named once again. And Roy Owen was absolutely just trying her absolute best. Um, she was trying to break tackles, find gaps, and look, I don't really know that much of the NRLW Dragons backline team here, and I want to go through it since I've been rambling on for quite a bit. But the halves with Talia, Fury, Armano there will be a big threat for us, especially with the way that we were dealing with Rasheen McGregor's crossfield kicks. And the question is, how are we going to deal with um, Casey Rare or whoever she is going to deliver against us um, when we play them down at the Gong? And we don't really have a great record against the Dragons away, which this is another worrying point. Is our expectations for the women's team and also for the men's team just always having that same stereotypical thing where every single year we look at the roster for the men's and also for the women's team, especially when they have recruited some big names. And yes, I know that that Kelly Joseph and Shane Morgan are injured at the moment. Sorry, no, Lane Morgan or Shane Morgan, whatever her name is is the expectation just way too much, and are we just not just looking on the main issues that the players are just sh- uh, struggling with, and I just can't really just put my finger on it and just say that it's just the owner's fault, and I don't know that I should blame the owners on this women's team, but I just don't know why we are kind of in the same situation as what we were last season, where we started off so good with Rory Owen absolutely just carrying this team, and once again in round one being fully fit, she carried this team with the stats um, that are showing that she is just trying to break oppositions like left, right, and center, and I I just don't know how defending our sets there and just trying to hold on onto the ball there. Just I just don't know. Like, is our passing technique just not the great? Is Casey Tohiku the right 5'8" to really just be taking us forward? And do we really miss out like on some of the big 5'8" guns in the NRLW? Because like this women's team is a bit of a hard read to really take on here. I'm going with Araz within time. Let's see. Is it anyone? Let's see. What about Corey Horsberg? Corey Horsberg. Um, are you saying what about Corey Horsberg? To sign in. Sorry, to sign him. For our NRL team, and if so, then please let me know there, uh, Isaac. So yeah, thank you. All right, now for my predictions going into this game this week, I'm going to say that hopefully we will win this by 2 points. So I'm going to say that we'll win this by 12 points to our 10. My first try scorer hopefully is going to be Martiale. My anytime try scorer is going to be Elise Albert scoring against her former club there. My man of the match, I'm going to say man of the match. Who was going to lead us to really win it? Well, I mean, it has to be Casey Toyiku. So if she is going to really just stand up and really just string her passes just right and just really deliver um, the execution that we are trying to um, put through and just take that pressure off from Rachel Pearson and also uh, show that support for her, then I'm going to say Casey Tohiku will be my man of the match. And hopefully she will get a try assist during this match. And yeah, but I'm going to say my full time score is going to be is going to be oh boy. Um, oh yeah, I've already said it. 12 points to our 10. Sorry about that, people. Now, next thing. All right, what's next segments? Am I missing out on? I talked about Dylan Walker. I talked about the win against the Seagulls and also our preview against the Sydney Roosters. I've also talked about the women's game, even though I haven't really watched the full match, and I watched the first half. I've talked about the Dragons game. What is next? I am trying to think. Alrighty. Well, I mean, there's nothing really much to really talk about here, people. Is there anything that I've missed out on, people? Yes. Look, Corey Horsburgh. Okay, he's a Queensland. Okay, he's got experience in the Queensland as a Queensland Maroon, and I just feel like he doesn't really fit our attacking style. If we bring him in, he's just going to be another Jack DeBellin, and and with his discipline there, and with the injuries that he has been going through, I don't feel like that he's going to be fully fit and that he is going to excel as that mobile lock forward, um, or any type of forward that he can be mobilized as. So I don't think I will be going after Corey Horsburgh. I don't think he is that type of mobile forward that we need, especially with his abilities. Don't get me wrong. He does have that mongrel in him that he is famously known for, since a lot of people love calling him Big Red. But Big Red, he is a type of player that I don't feel like that he will fit into our attacking mobiling system, and this is the thing that I was very frustrated about the club missing out on players like Keon Kilamatangi, or like even bloody, who else do we even miss out on? Bloody uh who uh who like um Trey Mooney. I mean, even Trey Mooney could have been a fantastic player for us, since we were rumored to get him, but unfortunately Newcastle has taken a forward. But I feel like we should be going for a player like Thomas uh, uh, Flagler, and we should be really going after the Dolphins franchise for the next generation, since they have also uh, tried to steal Dylan Brown in the past, since there were rumors around that he was going to go to the Dolphins. I don't know if that was actually like false rumors in that, but if so, then hopefully we can get them back, since they have stolen our players like Ray Stone, and hopefully that we can go after the Dolphins and that we can steal some of their players, which I would have hoped that we would have signed Jake Averillo, which that's not going to happen, since he is going to go to the West Tigers now, and I just feel like that Jake Averillo is the perfect backline player that we need at the moment, since he can be that utilized backline player who can really have that who can really have great passes, um, great footwork, great speed, and yeah, can really just show that great support play when he needs to. Because as I said, um, on both on TikTok and also on Instagram, is the Penasini brothers um, the right duo to keep at the club long term wise? And honestly, it's a bit of a tough one, because is it really the Penasini brothers' fault? Well, mature wise, yes, but for the skills and for the potential that they can prove at the club, it is all on both on the coaches that are surrounding Jason Rolls, and also the owners with Jim Saratinos and Mark O'Neill, that are just not hiring the right coaches around Jason Rolls, since those two coaches, Sam Moore and Nathan Brown, were being hired to mentor Jason Rolls, which I don't know why he needs mentoring, since he has already gone mentoring by one of the most experienced and most successful coaches, should I say, in the in the NRL, like Trent Robertson, and most recently Craig Bellamy. And I just don't know why the club itself has just hired just two coaches that just aren't really working right around Jason Rolls, and also the players that could have the potential to really just gel and have that peak attacking footy play that this club is looking for. And in quite honestly, I feel like that we should keep him around, and that we should sack both Sam Moa and also Nathan Brown, and that we should bring in the right coaches that aren't going to mentor Jason Rolls, and that Jason Rolls can have more time and more space to teach Isaiah Iongi the right defense, since Isaiah Iongi said on the interview when we won against the Canberra Raiders that it was Jason Rolls that helped him out on his defense, and yeah, he he didn't even mention Samoa or even Nathan Brown on his improvement of plays when he was being dropped into reserve grade, coming back from that injury, and also dealing with that controversial situation with him smoking tobacco. But we all know that was in the past at his time at the Parent Panthers. So let's not talk about that, and let's turn to a new page, and hopefully Isaiah Iongi won't do that silly stuff ever again, and that he will mature from that mistake, and that he will learn as a player in his second year when he is about to come up into his third year, which I should say that he is technically playing in his second year next year, since he's missed out on most of the games this season. So, oh, during uh, first grade, not in second grade, but in first grade. So yeah, but as I've been rambling on for 52 minutes and just been freezing, just trying to think on what to really say, since this is my since this is my first ever time properly doing a live on the podcast itself. And I'm hoping that some of you people have enjoyed this podcast. And I think that's pretty much it. As I'm trying to think of more things, since this whole podcast structure wasn't really organized for tonight, so I really do apologize for that. This is my unscripted thing, which is the reason why I am uh, stuttering just quite a bit. But anyways, I think that should be it. If there's anyone who wants to mention anything that I've missed out on, uh, let's see. If there's any other Parma news that I've missed out on. Nope, that's pretty much it. All right, people. I will see you possibly on, let's say, I will possibly see you possibly after the match against the Sydney Roosters, which I will try and do a live review, since I will be trying to do more live shows like this. I know that doing things un uh, s- scripted isn't really like my best strengths when doing this type of uh podcast styles, but I will try and build up my confidence, and that I will try to get used to this. And yeah, hopefully you people have enjoyed, and make sure to go follow on all of our socials there, and make sure to give us any feedback on what I can improve on the live shows. Do you want to see a co-host to really discuss these type of segments with me? And if so, please shout them out in the comments there, or even after this live show. And yeah, um, take care, and good night, and